movies are just so flippin' stupid. Yeah, let's go to the old shack in the middle of the night in the middle of the woods like that one Scooby-Doo movie. This isn't your show, Sharon. You're gonna get us killed by that devilishly handsome serial killer. Anyways, another example is the movie Smile. Personally, if someone started smiling creepily at me, nuh-uh, I'm calling Jesus. How to Survive a Horror Movie by Seth Graham Smith. Horror movie characters aren't killed by magic-the-building monsters or reincarnated psychopaths. They're killed by ignorance. Ignorance of the mortal danger they're in. Ignorance of the fact they're in a horror movie. So, how do you know you've been sucked into the Terrorverse? Take a look around. The environment should offer some clues. If you're in a crowded city in broad daylight, you're probably safe. For now. But if you're anywhere remote, the old woods, and an old house, an abandoned mental institution in the middle of a blackout, then yes, your chances of being in a horror movie are much higher. As much as you may feel like crying or making skid marks in your tidy whities, you better pull yourself together, and soon, because if you don't, the boogeyman's going to give you something to cry about. Your situation requires immediate action, and the CRAVE method was developed for such an emergency. It's kind of stop, drop, and roll for horror movie victims, a way to stay alive long enough to summon your courage and get out of immediate danger. C. Cover. What you need right now is a temporary headquarters, a place to wipe the sweat from your brow, take a pull off the old asthma inhaler, and formulate your plan. Though not ideal fortresses, the average two-story is almost the closest option. Or water towers if your movie takes place in a small Midwestern town. This might very well be the tallest structure around. If you can get to the top, you have a high defensibility. There's only that one long ladder to worry about. Perfect the 360 bird's eye view. R. Recon. Now that you've had a moment to catch your breath, it's time to get an idea where the killer is and what he's up to. If you don't have the height of a water tower working for you, peek to the highest window in your hideout and take a look. If you see nothing, they're probably right behind you. Wait, no, nice and easy. Right, that's it. On the count of three, cover your face with your arms and jump through the window around. Ready? 1, 2. Just kidding. You're totally screwed. A. Arsenal. You see a path to freedom. You need some kind of weapon. If you're barricaded in a house, look for a baseball bat, kitchen knife, or anything kids are allowed to play with. If you're hauled up in a church, grab a heavy-duty candlestick. And if you're up on that water tower, get your hands in the nearest... Actually, there aren't too many options with that one. You really should have thought of that before you climbed up there. Vehicle. You summoned some courage, grabbed a weapon, and hopefully spotted a nearby unoccupied vehicle. Now it's time to kick a little ass. In a burst of adrenaline-filled speed, your only goal, is to reach the nearest car or truck, get inside, and blow town as fast as inhumanly possible. Don't bother smashing the windows. They left the car unlocked. The keys will simply drop into your lap. When you try to start the car, it'll turn over and over again. But don't worry, it'll kick in as soon as the attacker reaches the car and pounds on the windows. E. Escape. This is the easy part. Put the car in D, put the cups to N, and get the F out of there. The 7 deadly horror movie sins. First deadly sin, doubt. There are 2 types of horror movie victims. Those who believe your story and those who don't. It was just a dream, honey. No, it wasn't. Come on, people. Your son or daughter's having reoccurring dreams about getting brutally murdered night after night, and you're brushing it aside as what? Ingestion? Does it just ghost stories our parents told us? Yes, and they just happen to be true. If all moms and dads have spent the last 17 years telling you not to go into the abandoned mannequin factory, here's an idea. Don't go into the abandoned mannequin factory! Second deadly sin, machismo. you'll recognize the jock who thinks his football skills are enough to defeat the reincarnated serial killer. Remember, if you are a male, testosterone might as well be cyanide. You want some of this? You know the guy who just can't take it anymore. What's your plan, huh? Sit and wait for that thing to pick us off one by one? No way, man, not me. He runs out into the open, yelling something like, "Come on, show your face!" And, well, you know how that ends. Third deadly sin, independence. Have you ever seen that documentary about wildebeests? The one where it's nothing but slow motion of them getting torn apart by lions and crocodiles? Great, isn't it? Funny how the predators always seem to go for the animals that are the outer edges of the herd. The ones that are either too slow or too stupid to draw strength from their numbers. This is not a coincidence. Fourth deadly sin, ugliness. Nobody said horror movies were fair. Fifth deadly sin, curiosity. One of the basic horror movie equations. Investigation equals mutilation. Is that you, Patches? If Patches is your nickname for the man hiding in your closet with razor blades on his fingertips, then yes, it is. Do you think it's dead? No, go ahead, poke it with the stick. We want to watch you grab your arm and bite half your face off. Sixth deadly sin, irresponsibility. In a horror movie, if you accept a task and fail to carry it out, either you or someone close to you is gonna die. Well, it's not gonna hurt a lot. Trust me, the kids are sound asleep. No, the kids are dead. How come I always get the crappy jobs? Because you're an idiot, and you're about to prove the fact by failing miserably at the simple task you were assigned. Seventh deadly sin, vehicle or sex. Do it and die. So, when is it safe? When we see credits rolling in front of our eyes, hear applause, when the killer suddenly takes off his mask, shakes our hands, and says, "Nice working with you"? No, it's never safe. Once you're in the Terrorverse, you're in for good. Even the movie that brought you there has wrapped. Succeeded in vanquishing the enemy? Great! Chances are you'll lead a long, peaceful life. Especially if your movie bombs at the box office. But there will always be the possibility, however slight, that you'll be called back for sequels. Ask Jamie Lee Curtis. Screenwriters will keep up dreaming new villains and killing methods, directors will get sleeker and bloodier, and the enemy will keep his fangs and machetes razor sharp. You better keep your skills the same way.